How Bashem Yahushua, Rock the Thumb. And double honors to the elders and all the brothers out there doing the work. It's just a quick little sit down, something I was thinking about during the week at work and, you know, stuff like that. So I figured I'd go ahead and bring it out. But this lesson is more about, you know, brothers doing the work. And brothers, you know, like the scriptures say, being a soldier, you know? Whether it be at your job, whether it be, you know, you don't have a job, whatever your daily life is, you must continue, you know, to fight and to be within the scriptures at all times, you know? There's no deviation, you know what I mean? Whether you're at work, whether you're on the basketball court, you have to continue to be on the clock, as they say, you know? And we're going to go ahead and bring out 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy 2:1. Now therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of me.
Like I was saying, the scripture said, be strong in that grace. Like I was saying, it doesn't, whether you don't have a job, whatever you're doing, you have to be strong out here on these streets. Because you can get swallowed up easy. It's easy. It could be something as easy as a woman that just take your attention away from what you need to be doing. It could be your family. Some people struggle, you know, with my pops ain't in the truth, or, you know, my little sister. I love my little sister. But your little sister could be the one that's drawing you away.
Yep.
So you have to be strong, you know? And it's not necessarily like I'm saying, you know, fuck your sister, fuck your family. It's not it at all. But you have to ask yourself, am I trying to make it?
But really it is like that, because like the Lord said, who is my So I'm saying that in a sense, like I'll use myself for example. You know, I'm pretty close with my family, but at the same time, I do what I have to do. Right.
And they, I mean, it hurts them. It don't hurt me, because I know what the end. I know what the end is, and I know what I want to get out of what I'm doing.
Right.
And I know I can't save nobody else. I know I can't save myself.
That's right.
So I have to stay focused. So what the brother's saying is correct. I'm just gonna word it a little differently, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it don't have to be so harsh, but I mean, you really do have to kind of have that attitude, because, like you said, they'll draw you back from what you got to do.
And for example, you know, I start going up there Memorial Day weekend. I'm up there. This didn't happen, but I'm just using it as an example. I'm up there, you know, hanging out, and you know that you start feeling that same old love, you know, that you feel back in the day. You got your arm around your pops, y'all.
Yeah.
Man, I miss you, man. You know, I'm gonna start to come see you more often. You know how they act. It's like they slowly try to push those things on you. You want something to eat? Yeah. I got them. I know you used to love them links, young man. I know you used to love them links. I got the Earl Campbells. And at first you like, Pops, you know I'll get down like that.
Yeah.
But it may not necessarily be pork, but it's just little subtle ways that they eat at you. And if you don't stay strong in the faith, then that chipping, it'll slowly start being big chunks. It'll fall off.
A lot of times they don't even know they're doing it. A lot of times it's them evil spirits working with them, you know, to push them little subtle, like you said, them little subtle things on you, and you just...
That's right. I mean, there's a stone wall back there that if I went and got a hammer and just hit it one time, ain't shit gonna happen.
Yep.
But if I got that hammer and every weekend I just kept coming out there and maybe hit it 10 times, 20 times, it's gonna start falling away. It's gonna start falling away unless somebody comes out here and reinforces it, keeps it strong. And that's what these scriptures do for you. You got a precept?
Yeah.
You holding what you have.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do with yourself. Go ahead.
Sirach 19:1. A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little.
Little and little. If you don't hold strong in the faith, hey, come on out, man, come on out. If you don't hold strong, then those little chips, man, you're gonna be up there every weekend.
What you doing?
And you gonna be missing camp, and the next thing you know, you're gonna have one of them Earl Campbell links in your hand.
Don't do anything with the avocados. You don't put those.
Go ahead. If you got more on the precept, go ahead.
No,
we'll jump in there.
2 Timothy 2:2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
That's right, and that's us. We committed those things and we're able to teach. We're able to get out there on these highways and byways. It's a fearful thing when you really think about it, because you're putting your life on the line. And I'm not just talking about your boss walk by. That's an easy fear to get over with. If you got faith in the Lord, a job is a job no matter where it is. The Lord got you what you have now, so that's how, it's just that easy.
Verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach.
So we should endure this, in every aspect of your life. Endure hardness. Endure that hardness and keep pushing. How do you do that? The only way to do it is through this word, because this word is what got you in the foundation that you have now. Yep. Whether you be in the truth for 30 years or whether you just coming in 6 months. It was the word that drew you in.
That's right.
It wasn't, for example, it wasn't Amashah Ba'ala that I said, well, I'm going to go up there, because he's up there, and I'm just going, I'm going to do what he does. It was the word.
Yep.
It was what the Spirit put on that brother and also other brothers that made me, you know what, I got to come to Dallas.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
If you're going to be a soldier, you're not worried about nothing but building as a soldier. If for example, in Esau's army, if you're a sniper, what do you think a sniper's life is like? He's constantly training his weapon. He's constantly trying to upgrade his weapon, just like you see, in video games.
Yeah, or like the Bourne movies. Yeah.
He's trying to upgrade his weapon, constantly in there picking at it, scraping at it.
Yep.
Trying to adjust the scope. He's constantly building with it. The sniper usually has a spotter. Yeah.
Well, because every time you use a weapon, it makes small little changes to the weapon. So you can't just, think that, oh, I'm a good sharp eye assassin, and I do a job, and then I'm cool. My gun is gonna stay the same forever. You gotta go back and you gotta work on the gun. You gotta work on the weapon, like you said.
It would take a soldier to even understand that concept.
Yep.
Because in every shot that you take, there's so many. I'm not a sniper, but there's so many different things that
variables.
Can affect
the wind, the bullet drop.
Yep.
But it would take a soldier to get in there and learn those things.
Yeah, the wind, the grooves in the barrel, which is caused by the gunpowder.
How long the barrel is.
Yeah, how long the barrel is. All that.
Is my target going to be moving? So I got to practice. I got to practice on moving targets.
Be behind something.
Exactly. Is it going to be behind something? So I know I need to bring this ammunition if I'm going to be here. I'm saying all this, all that's carnal, but I'm saying all this is that's how a soldier thinks.
Right.
So you're not sitting there thinking, man, as soon as I'm done, man, after we kill this dude, man, we're going to go get on the roads over there in Baghdad and Baghdad over there on it too.
Yeah, consider everything.
That's not how you go ahead, bro.
You got to consider the whole situation. Like using the example of snipers, like the brother said, they got a spotter, so they sitting there shooting. I know I was watching this show this week, the HBO called Generation Kill, which is kind of like a funny show on the military. But you had the scene where they about to snipe this RPG team. So you got the sniper, he's waiting. You got his spotter telling him the wind's going this north-northwest, 5-mile-an-hour winds. And the dude gets up, starts moving, and he says something else, and he says clear. And that dude took his head off. But they assessed the whole situation before they
and they trained,
and they worried about that moment.
And it was probably years of training that led up to that point. And that's the point that I'm trying to bring out, that it is important to endure these hardness and endure these trials that we all have to go through to get to the point to where where anybody can call you and you can go, you can get your weapon, and you can any target. Right. You let me know what you got, you give me the details, and that's it. I'm gonna take that target out.
Yeah. It's like if I could use another analogy, it's like Floyd Mayweather. Now he don't. Up until this recent point, he wasn't fighting. He might fight once a year, once a year and a half or so. But unlike most boxers, he's still training in the gym all the
Every
time.
day.
He just trains
Every
every day.
day.
So when he gets back in there, like when he took that year break and he came back,
He looked like he never left.
Marquez.
Yeah, he looked like he never left.
Everybody's
right.
like, what the hell? No, he just keeps training.
That's right.
You know?
Now that's not to say that a sniper doesn't go and have fun. It's not to say that.
Right.
It's not to say that they don't go out.
Yeah, get R&R.
It's not to say that they don't, but they're not focused on the R&R.
Right.
R&R is exactly what is that?
Rest and relaxation. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So when, you know what I'm saying, I got a little downtime in a couple days, so we're going to go do this, and we'll probably hit a resort, and, and what's going to come with that?
Yeah.
It's love, to be honest. It's the same as with Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, he trains all the time, but I remember in one of his, what was it called, 24/7?
Yeah, 24/7.
He was eating a burger and some French fries.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it ain't like that's his lifestyle.
Right.
But he can do that because he's constantly in that gym training. That gym is his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see the big house, but that dude is at the gym.
Running around. So
That's right.
Yep.
Working like a Spartan lifestyle. With anything.
I know you had a scripture for him, but since you mentioned that, get 2 Timothy 4:5. Should say, do the work of an evangelist.
Yes. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
So you got to make full proof, and so that's what a guy like Floyd Mayweather does. That's a good analogy because that's how we're supposed to be, and it's true. You're supposed to make full proof of your ministry. You're supposed to give the Lord a reason why he brought you into this thing.
That's right.
The Lord's supposed to be like, okay, all right. He's supposed to talk about you like he talked about Job. Have you tried my servant such and such, fill in the blank? You know?
Started talking that last week.
2 Timothy 4 verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions.
Endure affliction, and one of those afflictions, like I was saying, is how you have to deal with your family, how you have to deal with your job. That's an affliction. Because it's an affliction because my parents, they don't care nothing about this truth. And my father he's a pastor of a church, and my mother is the first lady of a church. And I'm not saying I know hella scriptures, but I walk circles around them. And they look at me and that nigga pride, man, my son, he got it. But I look at them like, you don't got it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, what are y'all doing? This is all fake. This is all phony.
Yeah.
Walk in the house and it's a Joel Osteen book next to a T.D. Jakes Emotion book. Now, I'm leaving. I ain't got it. I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did. Because I know this. What is this going to turn into? It's going to turn into a complete argument and fiasco. Why? Because I am going to fight for the Lord. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, you're going to defend the gospel.
I'm going to defend the gospel. I'm going to strive for the truth.
But that's why, man, as you get older and more mature in this truth, you start spending less and less time with your family, man.
Exactly.
Because there's really no point, when you think about it. I ain't finna sit here and argue with you.
Right.
And I'm not going, there's just really no point.
Yeah, going back and forth about Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
I point that out to say these are afflictions that we have. But you have to be able to take yourself out of that situation. Why are you arguing with your mother about Joel Osteen, whether or not he's a prophet? Let her make it. Right? You have to let her make it. You have to leave. There's nothing else you can do.
All you're going to do is catch a headache.
Just let
That's
her
it,
make it.
point blank. And I tell them, man, yeah, I'm gonna just say this real quick. They tell me, man, I'm feeling this way. Through the brothers, we've been learning different ways to cure ailments and things you should be. And I try to tell them stuff. They don't never accept it. I can't be around a person that's willfully hurting themselves.
Yeah.
They do it.
Well, it says that in your Bible. It says somebody that's evil towards himself, who could they, what good can they bring to somebody else?
That's right. So that's an affliction. That's a personal affliction that I have, but I deal with it by getting away from it. And I go home and I stay in the Word, fellowship with the brothers. That helps out a lot. And that's how I'm able to keep going in this truth.
Yep.
And it comes Thursday, then man, I can't, we gonna have fun, we gonna do this and that. But it's all in the spirit of brotherhood.
Yeah.
Do we every single minute, we got Bibles in our hands? Of course not. Like this morning, we was working out, having a good time, Occasionally, we hit the club. I try not to do it too much, but,
Yeah, and brothers had a workout demon on them this morning.
You know what I'm saying? we gotta get that off of them.
Yeah, that's why we was working out. We had to get it. You could be working out.
That's right. But go ahead. Is that?
No, that's it. Okay.
Luke 9. Did you finish 2 Timothy? You finished that one? Go ahead with it.
Luke 9, verse 59. And he said that unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
And he said, you know what? I want to do the work, but I gotta go get this. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna go take care of this, and then I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna catch up with y'all.
Right.
And that's not
the protocol.
Yeah. That's not being a soldier.
Yeah.
A soldier is when that spirit hits you, that's it. Everything else is just little to nothing. I'm talking about a woman, I'm talking about your kids, family, job. Everything is just little to nothing. And as you grow in faith, you learn how to deal with those things.
What's interesting about that too is if you put the work first, the Lord throws you little nuggets, man. But when you focusing on all that outside stuff and not prioritizing the work, the Lord takes all that stuff away from you, man. He makes it that much more difficult to deal with your woman. He deal with your kids.
He multiplies that demon that's within your woman.
Right.
Why?
Yep.
Because you're not giving him the glory.
That's
you're
right.
Giving her the glory.
That's a good point.
You giving her the glory. Your focus is on making her, into this
queen
princess.
Yeah, queen.
And it's not gonna happen. The scriptures tell you that. Isaiah 3. We go hard on the woman. We not. Sirach 25.
Yep.
Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day.
That's right. That's a great scripture. Put not off day to day. Don't you know what I'm saying? You sitting there. You know what? I'm gonna read 1st and 2nd Peter. I'll probably read Thursday, and this is Sunday. Why not just go ahead and read it now?
Right.
Now I'm not saying it's wrong. You have things you have to do.
Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah.
But it's like, go ahead and do what don't put the Lord on the shelf and cable TV in the forefront of your life.
Yeah, in the forefront. Like even with brothers that may not have jobs, when you put the work first, it teaches you to be disciplined. And so you start building a type of character, personality and characteristic that makes you diligent, and jobs look for that.
Exactly, and they see it.
And they see it.
Voice,
yep.
And they see it when you're sitting there. And I know these things because I do interviews in my job. And you sit down. The questions in an interview aren't necessary. I mean, you can answer those questions with correct answers easily. But we're looking at you. Who are you? Right. Will you fit in with us? And you sitting there. Can you answer the question one more time? It was a Jake that he came in. He had a suit and tie. I said, "This nigga's gonna get this job." And I was only like that because it was Jake, and we don't really get too many, dudes coming in. It's usually crackers, whatever. I said, I guess in my voice, I'm like asking the questions like that. I didn't hear. We said everybody came to the conclusion. No, you ain't got it. You ain't got it.
Yeah, well, hey, it's funny you said that. Putting on that suit, and it's not what's gonna get you the job, man. It's a general thing about who you actually are, man. And that's the same with being a Hebrew Israelite. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not like being a Baptist or this. You actually are a Hebrew Israelite.
Exactly.
You can't just wear a Hebrew Israelite suit. No, you actually are descended from that. So it's about your culture. It's about who you are as a person and what type of character you're going to have as a Hebrew Israelite. As our forefathers had. They had character, man.
And people like character. I don't care what you say. Women love that. Women love a man with character and with principles. I'm not saying that man ain't going to have no problems in life.
Yeah, of course.
But women love that. Men want to be around somebody with some integrity.
Yep.
They don't want to be around some dude that's going, I tell you something, and next thing you know, somebody I don't even work with telling me the same story I told you yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to be around them. And like the brother was saying, as a Hebrew Israelite, you understand that you pray to the Lord, I need a job, right? And you understand, okay, you may not have a job because of the way you're introverted, and you may not know that. But understanding that you have to be diligent in your life, a man who's diligent is going to go and he's going to find out, okay, what should I do in here? How should I answer these questions? How should I dress?
Right.
Now you pray to the Lord for a job. The job isn't gonna come knocking on your door and say, hey, you got a job. You're gonna have to go out and do the work. And a diligent man is gonna do that work and understand that I'm gonna work on, just speaking clearly and saying, not going off on no tirade about, Jesus. I'm just going, they ask a question, I'm gonna answer the question with a solid voice. I'm not going, when I shake the hand, I'm not going to shake the arm off. I'm just going to shake the hand.
Yeah.
And you understand that I have to go and I have to study these things and I have to apply it to my life. And that's how you get the blessing.
Yep. Yeah, the Lord just don't bless you like that. You got to work for it.
You work for it.
And then sometimes, like he told Paul, sometimes he'll just say that his grace is sufficient.
That's right.
For you. But either way, that didn't stop Paul from being diligent in the work.
That's right.
I'm
sorry, I kind of went away from your scripture. Go ahead. You started the talk.
Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
That's right. So you keep telling yourself, you know what? I'll probably read. I'll read tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Oh man, I forgot Game of Thrones on the night. I'll probably read. Let me read Wednesday. You know what? Now I'll read 1st and 2nd Peter. I'm gonna read James since I'm bullshit. Thursday come, your squeeze call you. She like, can I come over? You like, damn. I ain't been with her since, it's been about a week. She's been on her cycle, so you know what? We gonna knock this out. Next thing you know, it's 2 weeks before you even looked at your sword.
That's a shame.
That is a shame. That is a shame. But the scripture said you keep putting it off, next thing you know, it's a chariot.
That's a judgment coming, yeah.
Hovering above your spot. And you go look it up, and you gonna see the brother over there getting beamed up, and you gonna see the brother down the street getting beamed up, and you gonna look far up, you gonna say, man, I bet that chariot right there, that's over there at the LA camp. You gonna see brother getting beamed up, and you gonna go in there, grab your garment and your sword, and you like, man, I'm picking up out of here, man. Next thing you know, like on the Jetson, and you sitting there, well, wait a minute, is it? I'm gonna put my other garment on. That's probably what it is. I'm gonna put my other garment on, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But no, you put it off.
That's right.
And the Lord put you off.
It says in Isaiah to put on your beautiful garments. Those beautiful garments is the word, man.
That's the word.
And constantly being in the word.
And constantly being in the word. In your daily life is more the focus of what I'm talking about in this lesson.
Yep.
But it's important to stay Hebrew Israelite 100%. At no time do you deviate from it. At your job, at my job, they like to have pizza parties and whatnot. And they look at me crazy because if it's not a cheese pizza or something like that, I'm not touching it. And they said, man, this is the meat lovers. What? Everybody loves the meat lovers. You know what I'm saying? And then, well, I don't know how we're going to please this guy. I tell him it's easy. Just don't put no pork on it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'm like, man, y'all got it, man. Enjoy yourself. I just come in there with water or something, or, something like that. Laugh and joke just to fit in a little bit, just a little bit. But that's an example of affliction you have to go through.
25.
Start speeding up. Go ahead.
This is the last two. Luke 9 and 61. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go and bid them farewell which are at home at
That's all in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Good.
But you should be glad that you were chosen.
That's right.
And you get on that train, and you stay on that train as long as the Lord will allow you to. Go ahead.
Verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man ever put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right. Once you own this thing, once you own the train,
Can't get off.
don't get off. Because that destruction is far worse for you than get off. Get up. That destruction is far worse for you than it was for your little sister that never was, or your little brother that never had the truth. It's far worse. So you in this thing, now you gotta work. Just like at your job. You can't get the job, now you don't do shit. You get the job, now you work. And you have to learn, you have different qualifications that you have to meet, and deadlines that you have to meet. You don't say, well, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I don't have to do nothing. No, you work. You meet those deadlines, and you do what you need to do to keep that job.
Hebrews 10:38. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
The Lord he's not going to enjoy it, man. He has no pleasure in those that were once out there doing the work, and now they just eating cheese sticks and all kinds of madness. Now you got situations where brothers get kicked out of camps for doing wrong. Now that's one thing. But if you stop, ain't nobody telling you that you can't continue to do the work. You just can't fellowship with the camp. If you choose to go back into the world, that's on you. You can't blame Abba Shabbat. You can't blame Elder Tamar because you was out there fucking up. That's on you to continue strong and go even harder.
That's it.
And one more, 2 Peter 2:20. This is the last scripture. Right?
Well, you got guys that are just lazy-minded, man. They stuck on stupid, man, and they lazy. You can't be lazy. Whether it's in your studies or whether it's in doing the work. You have to. I mean, we mentioned earlier the analogy of a athlete. These guys don't stop, man. I mean, look at these NBA guys. Over the summer, man, they may shoot 1 million shots, man.
That's their fun.
The best will. I mean, at least the best are gonna do it. The guys that are only gonna last maybe 2 or 3 years in the league. Those are the guys that are gonna take the summer off, right? Try to get.
Bullshit.
They're gonna party in the bullshit, and then they're gonna. When they get back to camp, they're gonna try to get back in NBA shape. When NBA shape is, heads and shoulders above regular shape.
And that same guy, when they go to play San Antonio, Tony Parker gonna walk all over you.
Yep.
And Tony Parker can see it. He can see right through you.
Yep.
This dude ain't
He
ready.
said, "Yeah, this dude is not
This
ready."
dude ain't ready.
Yeah.
I got 2 moves for this dude. He gonna let me watch this, coach. And he just working. And you stumbling, you tripping over your shoelaces.
Yeah.
They constantly calling timeouts.
Yep.
Cause you blowing it.
Yep.
And now you on World Star. You got dunked on.
Tim Duncan and got on. Pushed you on.
That's right. And it's just a complete, because you was lazy. Because you didn't take the time to say, you know what? I'm getting in the gym. I got to get in the gym. I got to stay in the gym. Why? Because I got to play Tony Parker. He ain't finna do me like that. Like he did such and such. Go ahead.
2 Peter 2:20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
It's worse with them than it was for you before you even touched the prize.
Yep.
And if that's what you want, then so be it. But like Joshua said, as for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, double honor to the elders, and honor to all the brothers out there doing the work. Shalom.